Jimmy Kimmel is not the first person, ladies and gentlemen, to be fired from a late night show because of what he said. How many of you guys remember a guy by the name of Bill Maher? Bill Maher got fired because of what he said from ABC, and they gave the time slot and the job to Jimmy Kimmel. Don Imus lost his job. Thank you for just saying nappy head hoes, using his freedom of speech. Jimmy the Greek lost his job because he said that the black athletes in sports are better than the white athletes because they were bred to be that way in the United States. Arsenio, he lost his show because he brought on Louis Farrakhan. This has been happening several times, and I still got to bring myself up because all the left did was tell me that I should have followed the rules that were put down by all the websites that I got on, that they just went over there and started flagging on these websites until the websites took me down for using my freedom of speech. Who remembers when Don Lemon had to apologize for simply stating that women are past their prime in their 40s? But Tucker Carlson didn't cry. He didn't say his freedom of speech was being taken away from him. You know what he did? He moved on, and no liberals, no conservatives went around and boycotted shows, or they didn't have any big thing on any Oscars, Tonys, Emmys. None of these award ceremonies said that the democracy was going down the toilet. Now, here's one thing that people said, which I found was funny. They said, well, this was done by the government, and I'm uncomfortable with the government doing this. How many of you people remember when on Capitol Hill, a man by the name of Mark Zuckerberg, he was one of many tech firms that said an edict came down from President Biden himself that told them to silence voices on YouTube and Facebook that spoke about COVID, that spoke about Hunter Biden, to silence them and delete their accounts. And not one liberal said this is wrong. Not one liberal said you are taking away people's livelihood. Talk about freedom of speech. You guys say don't go. Y'all don't want to hear where I'm going with this. You liberals say don't go to your family's house because of who they voted for. Freedom of speech. Why in the are my Washington Redskins the Washington Commanders? See, they claim freedom of speech, but nobody has been putting a governor on speech more than them. They tried to cancel Snoop Dogg for just attending the inauguration. The Cleveland Indians are now the Guardians. Right, Uncle Ben's, Aunt Jemima. These motherfuckers sitting up here talking about freedom of speech when they're the main ones who wouldn't even let conservatives come on to liberal campuses. Somebody tell me when I told a lie yet. These are the same people that said you got to take down. This is what they did. They took down statues of Robert E. Lee. Them. Right, they turned on Nelly for doing a job. They didn't do anything else but a job. You took the president off of social media. Baby. For free speech. Y'all gotta sit here and realize the play that's being played. These are playing victims after the last 10 years of shutting people down for the stupidest things. They shut people down for taking jobs. They shut people down for using words that were true. This is what they did. And they've been doing it for 10 years. Had everybody jumping around worried about what they say because they told you words are weapons. He said they were weapons. If you refuse to call a man a woman that told you he was a woman, there was something wrong with you. You could not say openly, I think there's only two genders. You got in trouble. They tried to get Donald Trump, thank you for saying that. They tried to get Donald Trump in trouble for saying black jobs. What was all right with Joe Biden saying he's going to give blacks jobs?